Why did the snail paint a giant S on his car? So when he drove by, people could say, look at that, S cargo. You're welcome. You see I'm putting these strips in here. I'm just going to show you why. You see the face on those is 47.5, and then you leave a 1/8 gap at the tongue, but you end up losing 3/8 of an inch every sheet. So this is 24 feet wide, but by the time you get to the end, you're 2.5 inches short or so. So that's why I'm putting these 3/4 inch strips down the side, because I got a 2x6 wall going here. I want to make sure it's, you know, not, I got it sitting on the OSB. I don't know why that's how they are, but they're pretty much always like that. So that's why I'm adding these 2.5 inch strip here on the edge of this, just to finish off the floor. Also, some people are asking what we burn here. These are just egg cartons. That's just the smoke we find is the best thing to keep the bugs down. So you just light an egg carton and it'll simmer away like this. Does a good job. I want to show you this new unit here from Blue Eddy before we get going any farther. It's a Blue Eddy 180T. It's actually a really cool unit. So this here just released, and there's also a portable fridge that's going to release in August that this thing can go with, which I'll show you here in a minute how that kind of ties together. So since this thing just came out, there's a debut price right now, $15.99 Canadian. You can check the American prices down below in the links as well. And then you can use the discount code we have down below. Save 50 bucks on it up till June 25th. Also, Blue Eddy's having a Father's Day sale, June 5th to June 22nd, so you can get in on that for all the other units. So we've used quite a few of these Blue Eddy units. There's small ones up to very large ones. We have a couple that are split phase together that run our well pump. That's 240, that's pretty impressive, and everything in between. So you can check all that down below, but I'm gonna show you this one here today. So just like most of them, pretty much all of them, you can charge it with solar or AC power, or you can charge it through your cigarette lighter in your vehicle. This one there's the input for the DC there. There's 12 volt input, 10 amps. It's 1800 watts, this unit, and then 1433.6 watt hours. So pretty good. There's a screen there, power button, tells you all the stuff on there, the input, the output, all that. That's how you turn the DC on here. There's USB-C 100 watts, 2 of them, one on each end here, and then 2 regular USBs there. 5 volts, 3 amps. That's how you turn the AC on, this here. So it's got 4 of those plugs, 120 volts, 1800 watts, so quite a bit of power. And then the AC charging stuff's over here. There's like a ground cable spot. So I was saying about that fridge there, what's cool about it, and cool about this as well, is that this has swappable batteries. So you can take these right out, and you can take this and put it in the fridge, which you'll see, again, it's coming out in August. But it's a pretty cool thing, and you can still run this with just the one off it. There's 716 0.8 watt hours per pack. So the charging power with one pack in it's 850 watts, and with 2 packs it's 1440 watts. And then the output power, which you can still use it with just one in it, would be 1200 watts, and then with both together it's 1800 watts. This thing also has a 3600 watt surge power. So if there's like a surge power, you need to get it up for something that's going to take a bit more power for a bit, this will surge up to 3600 watts. So that's pretty sweet to have, especially with like power tools, because we've used power tools in these quite a bit, like chop saw, skill saws, different things, and sometimes there can be a surge on that, or even like a coffee maker. It'd be the same idea, like a, you know, portable coffee maker sometimes can go way up in power for a minute and then taper down while the coffee's pouring through. And these things can hold up to it because they got that surge on it, so it's pretty good. So again, there's so many specs of these things to go through in a short period of time here, so I just give you the quick rundown of what these can do. And if you want to know more specs, there's going to be links down below. There's also going to be the discount code I mentioned for the debut sale coming up. There's also going to be the Father's Day sale, 5th of June till June 22nd. And then these are pretty good value anyway. And you can check all the specs on this and obviously all their other products below. So anyways, we've been working with Blue Eddy for a few years now. Come in handy, unbelievably. Good for like camping, van lifers, off-grid situations, or if you're like in a fresh build and you don't have power at the place yet, you can use these things. They can be used as backup power. There's lots of different ways to use them. We've been super impressed, and we have different applications for different ones ourselves. Ones that we keep in our side-by-side when we're out to run an air fryer, or not an air fryer, like a skillet. Keep ones like this for running power tools when you're in a spot where we don't have power. And then we use like bigger ones to run our 400-foot well pump, which is pretty cool. So there's lots of different things. I'm sure you have applications in your own life that are different than mine. Anyways, there's lots of different ideas, different things. You know your life better than I do, so check it out. Check the links below. Thanks to Blue Eddy for sponsoring the video, and let's get back to the build. So, pretty cool. We actually used portable power stations to build this whole thing. In its entirety, we built this whole cabin to run our power off of different Blue Eddy units. So definitely, as you can see, this one here can handle it too. Pretty cool. So check it out, links below. All right, gonna lay the OSB on here now, 7/16. I know some people aren't gonna like the vertical because they probably only ever done it horizontal and staggered them that way, but you can go this way too and it's just fine. It'll all be strong. And the header, I just put one in there now just because it makes it lighter lifting it up. And I'm just gonna put just like a piece of OSB up here and there and leave space out so we can tie it in later. So you'll see I'm not putting it all on right now. You can look online too, people debate that all the time, that vertical, horizontal. I do both, just depends what I'm doing, but do whatever you want to do. Not a how-to channel. Anyways, I'm gonna use the floor gun here to screw this on. So that'll make it easier and a little faster. And I have a whole bunch of screws, so might as well use what I have. Going back here, I'm just overhanging this a little bit, just so I hide the seam there. And it just goes over the floor and then onto the 2x8 a little bit. I'm not overhanging it much, so some people will probably say about overhanging it more, but I'm just going to overhang it a little bit, and that way I don't have to put any more on later. And so when I tie the soffit into the wall and all that stuff later, I don't need more. But this works, but that's just how I'm doing it. That's how I did it in the last here, the building already here that we're adding onto. Alright, there's one up. Like I said, left the header out. I'll build those out later. Just made it a little easier picking it up. And I left this out because I want to tie the next half wall there together with the plywood. So I'll probably want to run a couple horizontal ones for that. And then that'll tie this back wall all together real good. But that's alright, at least something's up.
All right, so I am here. I have a terrible cold. I can't really do a lot of work and I can hardly talk, but I'm here. I just am watching them as they build. So we've been blessed that Jeremy's father came up and is able to help him raise the walls, because as you can see by this, I definitely cannot raise any walls. With my cold, I'm even weaker than normal. So I'm just gonna give you a little idea of what it is that they have built here so far. So right behind me, where that window is gonna be the bathroom. So we don't have a bathtub in the main house. Obviously with the baby coming and stuff, we need a bathtub. So this is gonna be the bathroom. Right over beside it is going to be the bedroom. So our master bedroom. And then in front of me here, which hasn't been built yet, is going to be a living room and dining room.
All right, so there's supposed to be 2 more 16s, but there's only 1. We're just gonna do something different. We're gonna use a 12 and like another piece to make up for it on the bottom plate. But it'll all work out fine because there's an opening and whatever. You'll see. So if you're seeing why, like, I'm using 2 separate pieces on one of the plates, that's why, because when it got shipped here, they forgot to pack one of the 16s. So it is what it is.
All right, so over here on the new part of the cabin, so this is just like an open doorway. So that's gonna be the hallway that connects over to the main cabin. So we won't put a door there or anything. It's just gonna be an open hallway. So again, the hallway is gonna run pretty much from this door, basically to where you see that there's no more drywall on there, or there's no more to where you see there's no more plywood. So it's gonna be approximately 14 feet-ish that way and 12 feet this way, because these 2 cabins are approximately 12 feet apart. So down here, when we connect the 2, we're gonna run hangers from one to the other, but we're also gonna get screw piles. Because it's a 12-foot span and it's gonna go approximately 14 feet this way, we want a couple more screw piles in the ground here just to secure the floor. It's also gonna be a slant roof because we wanna go under the main house roof so that we don't have to tie into the existing roof, because that would be a lot more work. Again, and then we're gonna put a door. So coming in here is gonna have a door. So the main cabin right here has a front door. This new cabin has a front door, and this mudroom here is also gonna have a door. That way you can get in here. We're gonna make this a mudroom, so it's kind of like we'll drop our clothes in here. There'll also be a spot for our kitty litter, and we can drop our boots and our coats and everything. So having its own door coming into here will make a lot more sense than walking through that house or this house and coming around with your boots and your coats and everything like that. We want to have an exit as well, fire exit, escape exit on all 3 locations. So that building, this building, and then the hallway as well. It's just safer, smarter, and it makes more sense anyway. So once Jeremy's done all the walls over on this cabin, while we're waiting for our trusses and stuff, he'll start working on this hallway addition between the two cabins. We aren't going to open up this window and cut it out until over here on the main cabin is fully closed in and insulated, because obviously it would make no sense, even if the hallway is here, to have the main cabin opened up and that any heat is lost from the main cabin just going out into the walkway here or into the other cabin. So again, it'll be built, there'll be a door on it, you'll be able to access this hallway to the new cabin, but you won't be able to get in or out of this cabin from the hallway until that one is completely enclosed and insulated. So you see these two windows here? The hallway is going to run approximately from this window to this side of that window. That's a bathroom window, so we can't cover that window. We want it to be able to still open and vent out the other way. That's why the hallway is going to stop just before that window. And when we measured it out, it's approximately 14 feet. So I'm just giving you a back view. The two cabins, how far kind of they are apart. We have them lined up at the front so that they're going to be equal from the front. And then we have the doorways lined up, so that hallway will be lined up exactly between the two doorways. What we're also going to do is a step down. So when you come out of this cabin, you're going to step down into the hallway, walk over, step up into the new building. That way we can connect with joist hangers, and we can make the roof maybe like even a 7 to an 8 foot slant, something like that. So we can make the roof still look normal and then not connect to this existing roof here on the main cabin. So that'll be good. And again, if you're coming from this one, you would step down, go through the hallway, and step up into that cabin. So it's just one step, no big deal. It'll be pretty convenient. We're looking forward to it.
What'd you do?
Got myself that time.
Great.
Nail his finger to the wood.
You alright?
Oh yeah.
It's not too bad, is it?
I don't think it is, just these.
Need stitches or anything?
I don't know.
Looks like it's bleeding pretty good. Get a towel on it.
Shit. Guess I should have left that alone then.
Do you want paper towel or?
No, get a towel and just wrap it in an actual towel. Did it hit right into it?
Went in, but I think it's gonna.
Yeah, it doesn't look that nuts.
Doesn't look that bad. I just got it.
Maybe paper towel, yeah. It's not as bad as I thought.
I could rinse it off.
I have lots of,
I think it's gonna stop.
I have water out here.
I could rinse it
Hey?
under something.
I got water out here. That runs right here. Okay, as you can see, we got all the exterior walls up, so that's really cool. Also, you see Dad actually shot his a nail through a piece of his finger. It was actually just through the flesh, so he's all right. We just cleaned her up. Band-Aid's good to go. Anyways, you see the two big windows here? They're gonna be two fixed windows. Just two big old windows. And then over here will be a door with a window that'll open right there. And then the two back ones, one's a bathroom, and then one's a bedroom. And that's egress window, so you can get out that as an escape route as well. And actually, the one in the bathroom is big enough to do the same thing. So there's escape routes out those if you ever needed to. Anyways, it's some good progress. So we're happy with that being all done. And I guess we'll be tying things in. We got some interior walls to do, and top plate, and lots to do. Finishing off the OSB there. We left it off here because that was a pretty heavy wall. So we wanted to keep it, not too crazy lifting that up because we did the whole thing together. And anyways, I'll just go by and throw the sheets on now, and I'll tie in all the other ones, and we'll get to that here soon. So we'll see you in the next one.